Everything you need to know about personal finance in 3 sentences. Live on less than you make, invest and save the rest, and give. But each one of those have a whole lot more stuff that go into it, so let's talk about it right now. Alright? Whoosh. What's going on, people? It's your boy Koichi back with another video. If this is your first time around this part, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy anything that we're talking about on this video, hit that like button. Turn that thing, say with me now, blue. But anyway, like I said at the beginning of this video, we're gonna be talking about everything you need to know about personal finance. And we're gonna start this one off talking about living on less than you make. You see, usually whenever people say live on less than you make, all they're talking about is lifestyle inflation. That's usually what people say. Is like, once you start making money, make sure you don't start spending all the extra income, all your discretionary income on every single thing that comes out. And that is also true. That is part of it. But the other part that most people never actually talk about is, first of all, I need to have money to be able to live on less than I make. You know, I first of all need to be able to get a job or something to be able to live on less than you make. And so the most important thing when it comes to personal finance is, first of all, you gotta have money in your account. And it's important that we keep on upscaling, that we keep on finding ways to make our skills better, that we keep on developing ourselves so we don't stay stagnant. And then when we stay stagnant, the world tends to look at us and say, you're useless to us. Not to say focusing on lifestyle inflation is not also important, but at the same time, for a lot of people, we just need to get started on just having money to be able to live on less than we are making, having money to be able to deal with all the things that are coming in and facing us each and every single day. The key thing you gotta focus on is making sure that you are finding skills and you are developing skills to make yourself stand out. But also part of living on less than we make is also debt. One of the things that inhibits us from actually living on less than we make is the amount of debt that we carry. So focused in this aspect on living on less than we make is making sure that we're not making it worse on ourselves. It's like when you travel on a journey, you can go from point A to point B, or you can take all these detours to just nowhere and end up getting lost, and then you're just like, what's the point? Let's just go back home. Even though for a road trip, that actually makes the story more interesting, which, get the analogy? Sometimes it makes life a little bit more interesting, but it can also make life a lot more stressful and a lot more painful. Just make sure that we're not shooting ourselves in the foot by picking up all kinds of debt. Alright, cool. Let's move on to the next one, which is investing and saving the extras that we have in our pockets. I like to say this to a lot of people is you can't have Superman without Clark Kent. Clark Kent is the boring dude, the farmer boy who nobody really cares about, but everybody likes to see Superman because Superman saves the day. However, they're the same person. You need both. It's the same way when it comes to investing and saving. A lot of people just focus on that investing aspect. A lot of people just like, yo, this is the way that I get rich. This is the way I become a millionaire. Everybody focuses on that aspect of things, and nobody ever focuses on the boring aspect of saving money. Because if you can't save money, you can never end up actually investing those dollars. In other words, you gotta do the boring stuff to be able to do the more exciting things. It's about you learning how to save money for random things that you wanna save for, whether it's an emergency fund, or maybe you're like, yo, I need a new car, so you save for the car. Or maybe you want a new laptop, so you save for the laptop, rather than you just being like, I need a new laptop, swipe this credit card, and now I put debt on my head. It is better off for you to learn how to do the boring part, which is for you to actually learn how to save money, than for you to focus so much more on like, oh, what's gonna give me the best rate of return? Because at the end of the day, if you only invest $1,000 because you could only save $1,000, that's at the best gonna return you what, $100 year over year? Like, it's not like the greatest thing ever. So we gotta focus on the things we need to focus on, which is focusing on how do I save this bread, all right? And then the final one is give. The thing about giving that is just so special for me is there's just some kind of power when you decide to do something for somebody else, when you decide to help somebody, when you decide to give of yourself to somebody else, there's just something about that whole thing. I was listening to Simon Sinek, and he said something really incredible. He said, if you're trying to get out of a funk, he said, help somebody else get out of that bad place. And by you helping somebody else get out of that bad place, you end up coming out of that bad place too. There's just this weird thing that if we actually, I'm not saying to take this to an extreme version where you never do anything for yourself. That's not what I'm saying. But there's something weird about us human beings that when we do things for other people, something weird happens, some weird dynamic happens where in some shape or form, it also happens to us as well. It doesn't make sense, but it always works. There is power in being generous. There is power in giving to other people. But anyway, that's all I got. Just remember the 3 things we talked about. 1, live on less than you make. 2, invest and save the rest, which means you ain't gonna have money for you to be spending on all the things you don't need. And then 3, give, because that just opens something up that I can't really explain what exactly it is. But anyway, I'm gonna catch y'all up in the next one. Remember, generosity is always greater than greed. God bless each and every single one of y'all, and y'all boy is out of here. Peace.